Then that night, she takes a very, very, very courageous step. When everybody is sleeping, she goes to the place where Bhimasena is sleeping. Yeah, she goes to the place where Bhimasena is asleep and she wakes her up, saying, and she uses very sarcastic words. Oh, that's great. You seem to be sleeping. You're also snoring. You have seen the other day what happened to me, and I really, really do not understand how you can sleep. How is it possible that you're not furious about the things, you're not worried about me, and you're just happily sleeping? What should I think about you? What should I think about all five of your brothers? I sometimes really feel, did my father really get me married to men or not? Yeah, she's really furious. She's using those kind of things. Because if someone treats your wife like this, you should have some shame in you. You should have some sense in you that you should go and fight them. And here you are sleeping. After all these kind of things, all these kind of words, negative words, they calm down. Both of them calm down, and they come up with a plan. They do an elaborate plan as to how to kill this guy, how to kill Kichaka. For Bhimasena, he can just go knock on the door, go kill him and come back. But they are in Ajñātavasa. They cannot do that. If they did that, there is no more Ajñātavasa. Everything is done. So they have. So what Bhimasena and Draupadi decide or discuss is, I'll not give you the elaborate plan right now. When we talk about it in the next few minutes, you'll know. But one thing that Bhimasena says is, just do one favor to me. You somehow trick him and bring him to Nartanasala. Nartanasala is a place where what happens? What dance? Who dances?
Bruhanala.
Bruhanala, correct. Bruhanala teaches dance to Uttara and other girls in the palace. That is, Nartana means dance. Nartinchanam ante dance. Sala means auditorium. Place, auditorium where the dance classes happen. So you bring him to Nartanasala. You trick him somehow. You make him believe that you are cooperating with him, and then bring him to Nartanasala. Rest of it, leave it on me. I will take care of it. And this has to happen in the night time, because it cannot happen in the broad daylight. Nartanasala is full of people. It has so much of energy. People are dancing. You cannot really kill someone in Nartanasala during the day. So bring him in the night. How you do it? Think about it and you do it. Rest of it, I will take care. So she is waiting for an opportunity. So next day, Kichaka cannot really contain himself. Kichaka by hook or crook wants this lady. So he comes to Sudeshna's palace to pursue this girl, to pursue Malini. Now this time Malini has a different plan. Malini calls him to a corner, to a secluded place. And she tells him, you have really approached me in front of hundreds of people. So many people were watching when you approached me. When you approach me like that, how can I cooperate with you? How can I give my consent? This is not something, I'm already married. I cannot give a consent to you and marry you another time. So if you have ideas like this, you should approach me in privacy, not when there are so many onlookers. Him, meet me in a secluded place if you really wish to marry me, or if you want me to be your partner. You cannot approach me when there are hundreds of onlookers and expect me to give you a very welcoming signal. That is not possible, because I'm married already. I cannot do this. Then she says, come to Nartanasala on this particular night, at this particular time, and you have to be coming alone, because she is luring him into that. She is laying a trap. This is called honey trap. It's very popular these days. So she's pulling him into a trap. She's telling him that you have to come to this place at this time, but you have to come alone. You cannot really bring your soldiers or your bouncers or your caretakers. You should be coming all by yourself, and let us meet in a place which is really pitch dark and nobody can see you and me. I want to meet you in that kind of a place. Then from there we will discuss what our next course of action is going to be. He's extremely happy. He's like, oh my God. Then he immediately says, oh yeah. I'm very sorry. I'm such a stupid not to think about this and not to approach you in privacy. Thank you so much for enlightening me. And yes, I'm going to come at so and so place, to the place that you have suggested. Now he goes back. He is excited. He is very happy. He is preparing for their meeting at Nartanasala in the night. Now this lady goes back and tells Bhimasena that, okay, everything all set. All set. Then that night arrives. It is very, very dark, and they choose almost a very new moon day for that. New moon day is Amavasya. New moon day for that. And they both go. They both, Bhimasena and Draupadi are in Nartanasala. Kichaka comes. There is one lady sitting on a bench kind of a thing, wearing a sari, putting the sari around the head and turning the other side. Kichaka sees this lady from behind and he puts his hand on him. And immediately Bhimasena turns around. He removes his sari, throws the sari away, and then he lifts Kichaka. He lifts him like up, and then he puts him like a football on the ground. There is a huge fight that goes on between them. Finally, Bhimasena kills Kichaka, and the way he kills Kichaka is, if you look at the body, there is no body remaining. It is a mass of flesh. Anybody can come and nobody can really recognize if it is a human flesh or some other animal's flesh also. That is the kind of ferocity with which Bhimasena kills Kichaka. He rips him apart. He's a mass of blood and flesh at that point. After the entire act, he's just a mass of blood and flesh. He takes all his frustration, all his anger that has been built up over so many years on Kichaka.